Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my list of the top 10 Sly Cooper villains throughout the series, basically. Now, a couple of rules. First off, there will be no villains from Sly 4 because we don't talk about Sly 4. Also, this is my personal list, so don't get mad if your favorite villain isn't on here. Or if you disagree with me at some point, that's fine. Do that all in the comments. I don't mind. Do what you gotta do. Well, now that that's out of the way, let's begin with the list. Now, at number 10, we have Captain Lefouille. And you might be thinking to yourself, what the hell? Is that a pirate? And yes it is. Lefouille is actually a pirate captain from Bloodbath Bay, the last true pirate settlement left in the world whose inhabitants adhere to the traditions set by their ancestors. Lefouille is the self-proclaimed smartest man on the seven seas, which is a pretty apt title since he does outsmart the Cooper gang on multiple occasions. He is Bentley's rival. He kidnapped Penelope, he stole Dimitri's treasure, and he lives in a skull. The only problem I have with him is that his part of the story doesn't seem personal like it does with the other villains. He just kind of shows up and becomes the main antagonist. Overall, however, he is a great thorn in our hero's side and therefore deserves his spot among the villains of this list. Side note, he is one of the few Sly Cooper villains to actually die on screen. He gets eaten by sharks. At number 9, we have Mugshot. Now, Mugshot is a bulldog who lives in a giant fire hydrant in the middle of the desert, a la Las Vegas. Mugshot grew up as a weak kid and got bullied a lot, but got inspired by crime movies to become tougher than everyone and became a gangster. Along the way, he joined Clockwork in killing Sly's father and taking some of the pages of the Thievius Raccoonus. The only reason Mugshot is really on this list is because I find him endlessly entertaining. He speaks with this kind of Jersey accent and is a bit stupid, often mispronouncing words, which makes talking to him a delightful spectacle. Also, he walks on his freaking arms. Or front paws, I guess. And like all his life, all he did was pump up his arms and chest, but not a single day on legs. Can't skip leg day, bro. Also, he might be a vampire because he's apparently weak to sunlight, because if you turn some mirrors on him and hit it with sunlight, he apparently dies or his guns explode or something, which is not something I really understand. But either way, still cool. But yeah, even though he is a bit silly, he did kill Sly's dad, so he does deserve a spot on this list. Now, Don Octavio is another dog. This one is different because his backstory is amazing. The Don used to be an opera singer, of all things. But as soon as rock and roll became popular, he was out of a job. So he became the leader of the mafia. Now, if that's not inspirational, nothing is. His whole evil plan is just to make everyone come to his opera recital. It's just that the way he does it is a bit villainous. He pollutes the waters of Venice just because he's a bit of a dick. He does kidnap Bentley, but he gives him back, so I'm taking some points off for that. But then he totally redeems himself by demolishing a building, killing probably dozens of people, so it evens out. Ultimately, he deserves a spot on this list for his incredibly inspiring backstory and blatant disregard for human life. And what I think is an ironic twist of fate, he actually finds fame as an opera singer in prison. So I think things worked out for him in the end. Are you scared of spiders? Good. That's the point. It's supposed to be unsettling. The Contessa is a big ass black widow. A spider, essentially. So that makes her already a bit unsettling, especially for certain people. Contessa married a rich aristocrat in her young age and then quickly poisoned him in order to possess his wealth. With that newly acquired wealth, she proceeded to make her home into a psychiatric facility, where she hypnotizes criminals into revealing their wealth, which she then steals. It should be noted that she is the only villain to ever capture Sly and imprisonate him. I honestly hate her the most out of anyone on this list, simply for the reason that she made me, the player, feel unsettled. She also lives in Prague, which, as we all know, is a pretty creepy ass town, which only adds to her unsettling demeanor. She made Sly sit in a hole for like a month, almost turned Murray insane, and made Bentley fend for himself. And he's a turtle. She truly is the mistress of chains. The Panda King is a panda bear, duh. But he was also another one of Clockwork's pals who assisted in the murder of Sly's father and the subsequent theft of the Thievius Raccoonus. He also caused an avalanche that destroyed a couple of villages, killing probably hundreds of people. But the most heinous crime of all is that he talks like he's in a kung fu movie. The Panda King was born piss broke in a village in northern China, and as a young boy he saw the wondrous fireworks dance in the night sky. So he became inspired and developed his own fireworks, but was shunned for doing so because he was poor. So he instead turned his fireworks into weapons and then proceeded to kill all those who shunned him. We do know that he has at least one sister and a daughter who he cares deeply for, so he's not all that bad. He also has what I might say is a split personality disorder, or something like that. I don't know why, but I thought I should mention it. Yeah, he is a mass murderer and all that, but honestly, he's not all that bad.
Marry you. She's a woman. She doesn't know up from down.
Now, don't you just want to punch this dude right in his smug face? Well, don't worry. You get to. Don't you worry. This villain is honestly hilarious, to me at least. He's just so over the top, making him so unlikable that it's just funny. He's no pushover, however, being able to go toe-to-toe with Sly in terms of combat. He also managed to see through the Sly Cooper's disguises and sabotage their plans. Probably his worst offense is that he kidnapped Panda King's daughter and was going to force her to marry him. In terms of physical ability, he has the ability to fly short distances. Probably because he's a rooster, and roosters, as far as I know how to fly. And he likes to use a weaponized shield as a weapon. I don't know why. That's his choice, I guess. And for some reason, he's able to use magic and uses it in order to resurrect the dead to do his bidding. and he can summon dragons. Overall, I'd say that General Tsao is a very cunning individual that definitely deserved what happened to him. This guy is one of my favorite characters in the Sly Cooper franchise, just for being so damn entertaining. Now, Dimitri is a literal lounge lizard, and he acts like it every chance he gets. As a young man, he wanted to become an artist, but couldn't become one because he was weird and the artist didn't like his weirdness. So he took the next logical step and became a crime boss. Honestly, he's not even a good villain. The only thing he did that was illegal was make counterfeit cash and maybe sell drugs. But that's about it. The reason he's so high on the list is because of his enigmatic personality. He honestly just excludes cool wherever he goes. It's no wonder he became a fan favorite character and they kept bringing him back. He just feels like a fun guy to be around and to hang out with. He just sounds and looks like he could be a real person, and that's kind of why I like him as, a character. Now, before I end this segment of the video, I have to say one more thing. My suit is greasy sweet! After this point, all the villains on this list pose a serious threat to Sly and his gang. Dr. M is a monkey of some kind. They used to work with Sly's dad, being the Bentley of that group. Basically the one who came up with plans and strategies and machines and all that. Feeling as if he were betrayed by Sly's father, Dr. M proceeded to try and steal the Cooper Vault's treasure. He built a fortress around the island that housed the treasure and killed whoever got near it. Needless to say, the Doctor is incredibly intelligent, creating many machines, as well as creating mutant creatures that he can control. In the first few moments of the game, we see him kill one of his own lackeys for a simple mistake. He is also the closest villain to almost kill Sly, which only failed thanks to the efforts of Carmelita. Being obsessed with treasure, he chose to be buried alive with it rather than part from it, showing how truly mad and insane he really was. Never being able to let go of the past is what truly ruined him. And thanks to that, he was never able to recover, blaming Sly for the sins of his father, and he paid the price for it with his life. This one hurts the most, mainly because I, as the player, felt betrayed. Neela is a Bengal tiger, as far as I can tell, that in the beginning of the game seems to help Sly and the gang, and is seen as a potential love interest for Sly. This all goes out the window when she betrays the team, throwing them in prison. Later on, she betrays literally everyone else she comes across in order to achieve her own goals. She betrays Carmelita, the Contessa, and finally Arpeggio in order to possess Clockwork's body. Her crimes include killing Arpeggio, a main villain of the story, and stealing his technology, trying to cause mass murder and genocide with the help of the drugs in order to make her immortal, and crippling Bentley by crushing his legs. She was by far the most effective villain, driving the team apart, testing their resolve, mentally, physically, and emotionally. She made the same mistake as Clockwork by throwing away her humanity. She doomed herself ultimately in the end. Clockwork is considered Sly Cooper's main nemesis for a reason. We don't even know his full backstory, but what we do know is truly terrifying. We do know that he was once a gigantic owl that became jealous of the Cooper legacy, and that jealousy eventually turned to hatred. In his anger, Clockwork decided to replace his mortal body with machinery, turning himself immortal and hunting down the descendants of the Cooper clan for all time. It is implied that he murdered each and every one of Sly's ancestors, always leaving behind an heir for him to hunt to keep himself immortal, because his hatred is literally what is keeping him alive. He killed Sly's father when Sly was very young, forcing Sly to grow up in an orphanage. To be honest, that's all we really know about him, and we might never know more than this. We do know that he likes hanging out in Russian volcanoes though, so that's something. Using murderous intent and hatred to keep himself alive, Clockwork truly is the one true nemesis of Sly Cooper. Hope you guys enjoyed this list. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that nonsense. And I'll see you next time. Bye.